Trigger warning. The following video contains mentions of thoughts of self-harm. Listener discretion is advised. Hey everyone, it's Anna Melody. Been a good while since I was able to say that last. So, as you may or may not know, my life has been hectic, to say the least. The very least. And I know that a lot of you, if not all of you, are going to say, it's okay, no need to explain anything, take all the time that you need. But I've taken up so much time because of everything going on that I need to give an explanation. So all I ask is that you sit back and listen to everything, from beginning to end. So, quick note before I do begin, I want to point out two things. 1, my channel is not for kids. So I labeled all my videos with the words not for kids. Since I did inform YouTube that my channel was not for kids, I will be removing those words from my videos shortly. And 2, the videos titled I'm Done and the last update video posted a few months ago. In those videos, I did state that I would be moving over to BitChute. Well, that is no longer true, and I intend to keep it that way for as long as possible. Those were both knee-jerk reactions to YouTube situations, and I do that more than I should, which I will no longer be doing in regards to my videos. So basically everything is staying on YouTube. Now, on to the explanation. So starting at the beginning, right after my Alice Tango cover, my life started turning to shit. My OC got stolen, which as far as I can tell has gotten resolved. I got sick, and my fur baby Neko passed away at the young age of 5 because of anemia. And I didn't realize it until 2 days before he passed. I managed to get him to a vet the night he passed, to where they gave me the news and gave me the option of a blood transfusion or giving him a medicine that had a slight chance of helping him survive. I did receive some donations from very generous people and a huge one from my good friend Obab Scribbler. But because I ended up not being able to afford the transfusion, I went with the medicine, paid the vet, and took him home. When I got home with him, I laid in my bed with him, hoping and praying for the best. After about an hour of laying with him, he began having heart attacks. I ran to my car with him in my arms and called the vet to explain everything. Before I could start it, he had a major heart attack and passed away in my arms. The only thing I could do at that moment was hold him and tell him repeatedly that I would always love him and cry my eyes out. It was extremely late when it happened, so when I called my mom, I didn't know if she would pick up. Thankfully she did and came over immediately with my brother, and they were there for me for around an hour before I told them that I would be okay and told them to go home and sleep. The next morning, I buried him in my front yard, crying as I did so. The guy I was dating at the time was there for me as much as he could be, even if it was just over the phone, which I appreciated. And I also received so much love and support from multiple people, to which I thank every single one of you for. He may be gone, but he is alive in my heart, and I know that he is no longer in pain. A few months had passed since then, and what happened next was something I did not expect in any way, shape, or form. I was still mourning over the loss of Neko, but I was getting better. And then one day, out of the blue, the guy I was dating at the moment ended up breaking up with me, sending me back into a huge depression to the point where I became more suicidal than I had ever been. If it hadn't have been for my friends, such as Starry, Mommy DeLugo, and Scribbler, I would not be here at this very moment. So I literally owe my life to them. And while we may not talk as often as we used to, I know when I do need to talk to someone, they will be there to back me away from that edge again. So Starry, Mammy, and Scribbler, again, thank you all so much for not giving up on me. Fast forward a couple of months, and another thing I didn't expect to happen happened, but I'm glad that it did, because without this person, I would still be single and miserable. And the thanks for my happiness for the past almost year goes to my boyfriend, Lynn Ray. He has been so sweet and romantic and just everything a girl could ask for. And he has made me happier than I had ever been. He's been there for me when I needed him the most, has given me guidance, and has talked things over with me when I needed advice. He's done so much for me since we started dating, and I never want to be with anyone else. Plus, he's an amazing baker who makes the best cookies and waffles, and just all kinds of sweets. I love you so much, Lynn, and I look forward to seeing where the future takes us and what we will conquer together. Then came BroNYCon. I had such a blast being on the Aprilverse live panel and just being able to support my friends and hang out with everyone, as well as being able to celebrate Lynn's birthday with him. While I will miss attending BroNYCon, I will never forget all the memories that were made and the good times that were had. Len and I had planned on going to Everfree Northwest this year, but after some talk and debate, we decided not to go. I'm not sure what con I'll attend next, but as long as a good time can be had, I'll figure something out. So, at this point, you would think my life would be much better by this point. Well, it was. And then someone at my job gave me fucking head lice. It took way longer than it should have to get rid of them, but I finally did. And those that know me know how much it pained me to have it. Because when I was younger, I would get it all the time. And so this pretty much gave me PTSD. Anyway, because of personal issues that I'd rather not go into, I quit that job. And if I told you about this before, then you know why. After a small amount of time, I did find a job closer to me, and I was actually having fun. I worked with people I knew and made friends while I was there, and was actually ready to get back to making content. I even had an update script ready to go, just like this one. Yes, this is scripted, just to make sure that I get every single point out. And yes, I am recording in a closet, so... Then, one night, while I was at work, we got the okay to go home early, because we passed our quota for the day. When I did get home, I saw my cats outside. Note, they are inside cats. They never go outside. Sometimes they'll try to sneak out, but they never go outside, ever. I managed to get them all inside, but when I did, I saw that I had been robbed. They took my PS4 and games, my TV, rummaged through my drawers, stole my mom's Christmas present, took my roommate's things, and worst of all, they stole my laptop. That pushed a decision I had been making for the longest time to come to fruition. I did manage to get my laptop back, even if it was factory reset. I was really surprised they didn't take my external hard drive or my microphone, both of which cost way more than my laptop, but as for the other things they took, I did not get those back. But I was just happy to have my laptop back. So I talked to one of my oldest best friends, and they allowed me to move in with them for the time being. As soon as I found out who it was, I swore I would never return to Kentucky permanently. Yes, for visits, but not forever. So I made the move to West Virginia. Things were going good for a while. I had a roof over my head, a storage unit for my things, and Len was even going to come visit me for a week. Then my friend's mom got sick, so because of that, I ended up having to move out so he could make sure that she was taken care of. Thankfully, Len had arrived by that time, so I was able to stay with him in a hotel for a week. During that week, him and I spent as much time as possible together and had so much fun together. And during that week, we got some amazing news. Thanks to DeWilstonator, I had a place to stay in California. He talked to DeJustinator, aka Joey, and we talked to his roommates, and they said yes. Once the week was over, I stayed with my mom back in Kentucky for a few days, then made the long journey to California to start a new life. My friend in West Virginia said they would be able to take care of my fur babies until I was able to get my life back together. And I trusted him because of all the animal experience he has from years of owning so many animals. To this day, they are all happy and healthy, and I check on them regularly. So after the long and exhausting drive, yes, I drove, I had no other way, I finally made it to California and began the job hunt as soon as possible. It was hard, and after many attempts, I'd finally gotten a job. And then I had a job because of you-know-what going on at this current moment. I'm not going to say the word because of YouTube coming down on people saying it, which is dumb because it's the most talked about thing nowadays. Let's just call it the bad thing. So we've all been kind of stuck at home for a while, but I did get confirmation from my job that I will be able to continue in the next couple of weeks from home. Oh, and before I forget, my Twitter got suspended for reasons that I just cannot figure out, so go follow my other one down in the description below. But that's everything that I can think of at the moment as for explaining everything that's been going on. The last things that I want to talk about are this channel, my second channel, and the CMC 10K comic dub. As for the CMC 10K comic dub, I do still intend to work on it. It's just on the back burner for the time being. I need to contact the cast to see if they are still interested or not, and if not, we'll see what happens from there. It's a huge project, but I do want to do this. So, we'll see what happens. Now, for this channel and my second channel, I'm going to say this just to make sure everyone officially knows. If you want to continue seeing my comics and fanfic readings, go to the second channel. This channel will only be used for song covers and update videos. The reason is because YouTube has demonetized this channel for the longest time and won't fix it, so I can't monetize anything on here. Because, YouTube's just that way. But yeah, go sub to my second channel for VA work. Finally, concerning my video schedule. I don't really have one at the moment, but I am working on it as we speak. I do want to go back to making at least weekly uploads if possible, maybe even daily uploads later on down the line, but that's up in the air for the time being. One last thing. A while back I said I would start doing casting calls for comic dubs and readings. This will still happen, but it depends on what they shall be for, or if I cannot find anyone to voice in them with me, so keep an eye out for those. Okay, that's everything. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments down below, and I'll answer them the best I can. Thank you all so much for your time, and remember, wash your hands! And stop hogging all the toilet paper! Seriously, it's ridiculous. Of all the things you could hog, it had to be the freaking toilet paper. Anyway. Oh, one more thing. Go follow my boyfriend on Twitch. Link is in the description below. Have a good night, guys.